What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Boeckle Brothers channel where we talk all things real estate. I'm Landon.
And I'm Jesse, and in today's video, we are covering passive real estate investments and how they can be not so passive. It is no secret that passive real estate investing is one of the most popular topics on the internet right now. But can real estate investing truly be as passive as it's made out to be? That's the question. Here today, we're going to cover topics about how we're learning about passive real estate and how we've experienced the homes that we've purchased and what it's like managing them.
Yeah, passive real estate investing is a huge contrast against what we do in our daily active investment business of flipping homes, right? In our daily business of flipping, you buy a property, you fix it, you sell a property, and then you got to go do it again and again. It's a very active, time-intensive activity. Very different from passive investing or buying long-term rentals, which in turn produce income on a monthly basis. Now, is it that passive is the question.
Right. So we're going to let you guys in on a little bit of what we've experienced, and you can make the decision for yourself. So over the past year, what we've done is decided to start experimenting into that passive rental space. We've bought a couple properties ourselves, and we've experienced a little bit of headaches.
When it comes to real estate investing or passive investments, the thought behind it is to set it, forget it, and just rake in those monthly profits.
Sit back on the beach and let the checks come in.
The American dream, owning a bunch of rental properties, and you just get the mailbox money.
Right.
But I think we've learned it's really not the case.
No, definitely not. I mean, all of the aspects of actually getting a person in the house to making sure the house is up to snuff for them and dealing with the things that eventually do go wrong has taken so much of our time.
However, once you start finding, leasing, managing all your own rental properties, you quickly will determine that it's a part-time job, if not a full-time job.
Yeah.
And it can take up a lot of your personal time.
Right. I mean, I knew just from the fact that we flip homes that inevitably there's going to be things that we have to do and it's going to take time. But I definitely think we underestimated the amount of time, the amount of coordination and communication that you have to have with your tenants now that you're responsible for their living environment.
So from managing, small things, right? You got to always have a landscaper there maintaining the landscape. You got to have a pool guy on staff maintaining the pools. What happens when the water heater explodes on you? What happens when the HVAC unit goes out on you? Our first year in real estate investing, it's really thrown the kitchen sink at us.
All of those things have happened to us.
We've changed an AC unit. We've had a water heater go out.
Yep.
We've dealt with multiple landscapers and pool guys, pest issues, scorpions issues. I mean, come on. Literally, it is the least passive business we're in right now.
Right. So what that has forced us to do is kind of look for a solution to that. We're not going to back out. I still think this is a great thing for us to do, but we're going to find a solution to help us manage our time.
Yeah, and the solution that we've determined is hiring a property management on to take care of all the management of our assets or of our rental properties. Now, of course, hiring a property manager comes with a cost.
Right. So if you're not familiar with what that cost is, tell them a little bit about the range.
So here in our Las Vegas market, the range of property management fees is typically between 7-10% of the monthly gross income. So if it's $1,000 a month rent, you're going to be paying between $70 and $100 a month for the property manager. Well, that's okay. And I'll tell you why. Yes, it eats into your cash flow, but it gives you the official passive income that you're looking for from the rental property.
Exactly. We've decided to do what a lot of other investors do is go ahead and hire that property manager. And even though it's a little bit of money each month out of our pocket, it's definitely worth the peace of mind and not having to take those calls and make those trips to the house over and over.
Yeah, and they're the experts with dealing with tenants in these type of situations.
True.
And at some point, it can become a legal matter. So you want to hire the people that are experts with the legalities behind property management, because at some point, if that tenant's not being treated appropriately, you could be in trouble.
Absolutely. And really, if you want to scale this business and go from one property to 10 to hopefully 100, you're going to need to implement property management eventually.
You just can't do it on your own.
Right.
So now that we've jumped into the business, let's talk a little bit about what we've done and with our rental properties, building that passive income source.
Yeah, we found a little bit of a cool niche, and the niche has really worked out well for us.
Yeah, we tried Airbnb a property. We got in trouble here in Vegas because it's not legal here in Vegas.
Take me away.
So what we did was, it was already fully furnished. Let's just try to rent it out for a pretty solid dollar amount.
A fully furnished rental.
Right. And that dollar amount kind of landed between an Airbnb and a standard rental, right there in the middle of it. So it was higher rental rate than a standard rental.
The traditional rental, right.
Than a vacant rental.
Yeah.
A little bit less than what we anticipated to make on Airbnb.
Which is the highest.
Right, which is the highest you can net pretty much for rental. So it's awesome because we found that happy medium, and now we've done that twice.
Yep.
And it's worked both times really well.
Absolutely. And so because of that, we recently added a new one to our portfolio that we'd like to break down for you, kind of show you guys what it's like running this fully furnished model.
Cool, let's break it down.
So the deal that we just purchased here in Las Vegas, we bought a home for $365,000. Now we decided to buy this home because it had a large number of bedrooms. Little bit abnormal for the area. We thought that's really going to help us, and it is.
Yeah, it had 6 bedrooms?
6 bedrooms.
4 bathrooms, and a pool.
And it's only like 2,100 square feet, so it's a lot of living ability in a fairly normal-sized home. So, again, we bought it for $365,000. It had a little bit of remodeling already done to it, so we did a lighter cosmetic remodel for about $25,000, plus buying some furniture and some other expenses. Basically brought us to an all-in price of $415,000.
Right, and at the end of the day, the house immediately is still worth about $460,000.
Right.
So we have an instant equity in the deal, which is great. We bought it at the right price, and that always makes a deal worth it.
Right.
So we paid for the house with traditional financing, 10% down traditional financing. Our mortgage came out to about $1,900 a month.
Exactly.
And after miscellaneous, we're at about $2,000 a month, all in cost for this property.
Right. But what's so great about, one, this property having so many bedrooms and the fact that it's fully furnished and getting a little bit more premium rents is that we're actually renting this property out for $4,300 a month.
How much?
$4,300 a month, which leaves us with over $2,000 net every month.
Net profits a month, over $2,000 on a single family rental that's not an Airbnb.
Here in Vegas.
Is a phenomenal rent.
It's absolutely almost impossible to find a rental home performing that way.
Yeah, I really suggest that everyone go take a look at your market and think about this model. It's an interesting model. If you can't yet Airbnb it, fully furnish it. There's a lot of people moving from out of state.
Definitely.
Looking for properties that are just turnkey ready to move into.
So it appeals to those kind of people that are looking for that. And now, although it's an added expense, you have to buy all the furniture, and it's a lot. Beds and dressers and chairs, and we even put a ton of stuff in the kitchen as well. But the way we looked at it is if we're able to get that much for rent, and we're able to net that much extra, if we go ahead and spend, let's say, $10,000, $15,000 on furniture, we may be making that back really soon.
Yeah, well, if we really tied it all into the loan as well, which was the best part about it. So tying the cost into the loan, the $15,000 that we paid for furniture, it's really about like $20 a month,
True.
$25 a month
True.
on our mortgage. So it's no difference when we're netting over $2,000.
Right.
Awesome breaking that deal down. It's a great deal for us.
Absolutely.
One thing that I want to re-emphasize for everyone is we did hire a property manager to take control of our property.
Yes.
It's super important. Legality-wise, once again, expertise-wise, you want to hire a property manager.
You do, and what it allows you to do is truly make that property a passive investment, or as much as you possibly can, by taking all of that work off of your shoulders.
You want these things to be passive. You don't want to have phone calls while you're on vacation. All you want to do is collect checks.
And find another one.
All right. So get out there, find some more rentals, and make sure you hire a property manager to manage them because they've got to be passive.
Right. Any questions about anything we covered with property management or furnished rentals here in Las Vegas, drop us a comment below.
And make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.
And until then,
We'll
see you on the flip side.